Good morning, students. Welcome to my video lecture on fabrication and processing of advanced composites. This is ME 61011. This is a postgraduate course taught in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. I am Nilanjan Das Chakladar, and today we are going to learn Module 1 and Lecture 3. Now, the content of this lecture is matrix and its capabilities, polymer technology and types of polythene and their uses. Now coming to what is a matrix and its capabilities. So what we see here, this is a cross section of a fiber reinforced matrix where the circles denote the fibers that are running out of the plane of the board or into the plane of the board or screen, and there could also be parallel fibers which are running along the plane of the board. Now here we see the coordinate system, it's I, J, K, and this particular composite is given a load in the tensile direction. Now there could be four key functions of matrix. Number one, the displacement along I, J, K equals to 0. That means once the polymer is cured, there is no displacement within the polymer, inside the polymer, and the degrees of freedom we can say it is 0. Next, P external equals to P matrix plus P reinforcement. What does it mean? So P is the load. So let's say this is P. So P external, this load is shared by the matrix as well as the reinforcement of the fibers. External agents, so the environment. So as the matrix is everywhere surrounding the reinforcement, that means this will help to protect the composite from external environment. And the fourth key function is the subset of B. What does it say? The post failure of composite is P of reinforcement is equal to P of unfractured fibers. What does it mean? It means during this P tension, if there are fiber fractures or failures of fibers, then the remaining unfractured fibers will take up that load of the reinforcement. Now an important question. Is resin a matrix? Is it true or false? Resin is not a matrix. When a resin is cured, and typically resin is mixed with a hardener to enhance the curing process, once it is fully cured, we call it a matrix. Types of matrix, it can be metal, it can be ceramic, it can be polymer. Now coming to the polymer morphology. Now what we are interested here? We are interested here to know the word mer. That means the monomer or the single chain, the single unit. So here we will discuss about polyethylene. Polyethylene, the market name is polythene, which is very common. We say polythene bag when we go to the market for groceries. Now how is it made? So we have ethene or ethylene that is polymerized to form the polyethylene or polythene. So there are different types of polythene and these are very common. First, the very important one is UHMWPE. I want you to remember this. It's ultra high molecular weight polyethylene, which is very tough. That is 3.5 to 7.5 molecular units, and it is typically used for hip or knee replacement, that is artificial replacement. Then the high density polyethylene. When we say high density, how high is it? It is 0.94 gram per cc. That means it is going close to water. It can be used for garbage container, butter tubs, detergent bottles and milk jugs. Then comes the cross-linked polyethylene. So either you call it PEX, PEX, or the cross-linked polyethylene. So these are typically thermoplastic polyethylenes or thermoplastic. They have thermoplastic properties that changes to thermoset, making watertight connection. Okay. Then the medium density and the linear low density. So medium density polyethylene with 0.93 gram per cc, you see the density is gradually coming down. 0.93 gram per cc per centimeter cube, which is typically used for shock resistance, and the application is gas pipes and fittings, screw closures, etc. The linear low density polyethylene. So the density is further lowered. So 0.92 gram per cc. This is used for impact resistance. Cable cover, toys, bubble wraps are typical applications. Then the low density polyethylene, which is the least one, that is 0.91 gram per cc with low tensile strength, increased ductility, typically used for plastic bags or film rolls. This is what you get from the market. Then the very low density polyethylene. So ice and frozen food bags, food packaging, stretch wrap, polythene wraps. Now thermoplastic polymer, typically they have a density from 0.88 to 0.94 gram per cc, which we see here, with a melting point of the polyethylene 115 to 135 degrees Celsius. There is a detailed information given in the wiki on polyethylene. I would request you to go through it on your own time. Then comes polypropylene. As the name says, just like ethylene, the polyethylene became polyethylene, polypropylene became polypropene, which is here. That means the monomer unit of polypropene is nothing but propene or propylene. And applications are again plastic bags, plastic films, geomembranes if you want to make osmotic membranes. So thermoplastic polymer, similar density, it can show both amorphous stage as well as crystalline stage. Now what are amorphous, what are crystalline, we'll come to that detail later. So in the amorphous stage, the density is a bit low, 0.855 gram per cc. In crystalline, it is 0.946 gram per cc with melting point 130 to 171 degrees Celsius. This exposed to a temperature can be exposed to a temperature above 100 degrees Celsius, and polypropylene cracks and crazes is liable to chain degradation. So if there is a crack or a craze, there can be degradation of the polymeric chain. So how does it form? It is formed from the propylene, polymerizes, and finally creates the polypropylene. Again, you can look into the Wikipedia for a detailed understanding of the characteristics of the applications of different grades of polypropylene. Now I would want you to do this self-study, and this will help you to understand the polymeric morphology in detail. So there are some homework for you which I would request you to do in your time. So first is understand the difference between polymeric configuration and conformation. Now they sound similar, but they are not the same. What are homopolymers, alternating copolymers, block copolymers, random copolymers, and graft copolymers? So these are different branching of copolymers. So give examples. What is the difference between thermoplastic and thermoset matrices? We will come to detail later, but you can do some reading on that. So between egg and ice, which resembles the properties of a thermoplastic and a thermoset. That's a common understanding. So are polymers crystalline, amorphous, or semi-crystalline? What are isotactic, atactic, syndiotactic polymers, and how do they relate to the degree of crystallinity? Okay. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.